Peacock's new historical drama The Tattooist of Auschwitz is based on the 2018 historical fiction novel of the same name, but that source material is based on the memories of an actual Holocaust survivor named Lali Sokolov. Born Ludwig Lali Eisenberg in Slovakia in 1916, he is played by both Harvey Keitel and Jonah Hauer-King in The Tattooist of Auschwitz, as an older and younger version, respectively. The show and its source material chronicle both Lali's struggle to survive in Auschwitz concentration camp and the love he discovers with a fellow prisoner named Gita, Anna Prochniak. Both Lali and Gita are kept alive with the help of other characters in The Tattooist of Auschwitz, but their blossoming romance lies at the heart of the story. While the original novel The Peacock Show is based on was written based on the author's conversations with the real Lali Sokolov, it is still considered historical fiction given how she weaves the real Lali and Gita into events they weren't necessarily involved in. The ending of The Tattooist of Auschwitz provides some brief context on which parts of Lali and Gita's life story were accurate. Lali Sokolov and Gita Fuhrmannova were deported to Auschwitz in 1942. The Slovakian government helped deport their own Jewish population. Per the BBC, Lali Eisenberg was deported in April 1942 as part of the Slovakian government's active participation in the Holocaust. The ruling Slovak People's Party declared independence from Greater Czechoslovakia in 1939, and in 1941 began the process of deporting more than 58,000 Jewish citizens to the Auschwitz concentration camp. Lali voluntarily got on the train that took him to the camp, as he believed that he would be finding work for the Third Reich and sparing his family the same fate. In reality, it was a ruse to get people to the death camp easier. Gisela Gita Fuhrmannova was deported in July 1942, when Lali was already established at the camp as a tattooist. Like Lali, she was a victim of her own government's participation in the Holocaust as a client state of the Nazis. Gita was only 18 years old at the time of her deportation, while Lali was 26. Lali Sokolov was a tattooist at Auschwitz. As a tattooer, Lali had special privileges. As prisoner 32407, Lali worked at the camp building housing units until he contracted typhoid just a short while after arriving at the camp. He was cared for by a man named Pepin, who had in fact been the one to tattoo the number on his arm. After recovering, Pepin made Lali his assistant and taught him how to be a tattooist, and how to generally survive the camp. When Pepin disappeared, presumed murdered, Lali became the camp's main tattooist due to his ability to speak several Eastern European languages, including Slovakian, German, Russian, Hungarian, and some Polish. As the main tattooist in the camp, Lali was afforded special privileges, including extra food, his own living quarters, and even free time and the ability to roam the camp. He used these advantages to establish a black market within the camp, smuggling valuables from the women in the camp who were tasked with sorting through the belongings confiscated from incoming prisoners. He used these valuables to trade with local villagers and non-prisoner workers in the camp for extra food, which he distributed to his fellow prisoners.